Helena and Lena are elite rarity light cruisers from the Eagle Union, and are both a part of the St. Louis subclass of the Brooklyn class of light cruisers. Helena is available from the Medal of Honor requisition and the guild shop for 800 guild tokens, or from drops on stages 5-1, 6-1, 9-4, 12-1, and 14-1, Fallen Wings A/C2, Crimson Echoes A/C2, Encircling Grafspy SP2, Prelude Under the Moon SP2 from normal enemies, bosses, and completing the stage. Lena is only available from light construction at a timer of 1 hour and 10 minutes. Helena, and by extension Lena, was launched from the New York Naval Shipyard on the 28th of August 1938, commissioned on the 18th of September 1939, and was sunk during the Battle of Kula Gulf on the 6th of July 1943. Helena did the usual tasks an American light cruiser did in the Second World War. Here are her more interesting exploits. Was torpedoed during the attack on Pearl Harbor after being mistaken for the USS Pennsylvania due to Helena being next to the Oglala. Rescued 400 plus survivors from the USS Wasp after Wasp was sunk by 3 torpedoes. Assisted in the sinking of Furutaka and Fubuki with her SG radar and Task Force 64, but missed other ships reinforcing Guadalcanal. Disabled the searchlight of Amasukaze and hit her several times, then disabled the boiler room of Murasame and set fire to Samidare during the Battle of Guadalcanal. The result of the battle was the Americans losing 2 destroyers and having 3 destroyers and 2 cruisers disabled, while the Japanese scuttled Haie. During the Battle of Kula Gulf, was struck by torpedoes from either Suzukaze or Tanikaze, with one causing a major explosion possibly due to a magazine detonation at the front of the ship. 2 others flooded the engine room. Most of the survivors were rescued by nearby ships such as USS Radford. In her base character art drawn by Realm BW, Helena wears a white and naval blue dress with red accents, 2 straps on her back, dark gray arm gloves with white lines, USN and CL50 on them, with the right thumb and index finger not being gloved. Dark blue thigh highs with armored tops and garter belts, armored high-heeled shoes with Helena on the sole, visible black panties, and a spotlight hairpiece. Her rigging consists of a metal and red armature that's connected to the base of her back and supported by the top of her back. The armature has 3 triple-barrel naval cannons attached to it, with one having 4 yellow life rafts. There's an AA turret right behind her as well. She holds a sort of firearm in her right hand, which has 2 triple-barrel naval cannons, both of which have yellow life rafts on them. In her character art drawn by Elisa, Lena wears a white and blue button and strap dress, with the straps going around her neck. Black fingerless arm gloves with white stripes, USN CL50, a bunny and a bracelet on the right wrist, 2 hairpins, one red, one white, dark blue thigh highs with a white strip and CL50 on them, armored high heel shoes, a spotlight hairpiece, and 2 manjus, one on her head and another to her left. Her rigging consists of an armature connected to the base of her back, which has a red and gray ship hull, and 2 triple-barrel naval cannons to her right, with the frontmost one having 2 life rafts on the top. To her left is the same firearm as her base art, having 2 triple-barrel naval cannons on it, with both having life rafts on them as well. In their voice lines voiced by Tomoyo Chujo, Helena is distracted by her worry for others, while Lena really looks up to her older sister, St. Louis.
他の従順姉妹に負けないようにデザインされたけど、私一人の力ではみんなを救えないわ。指揮官、私を助けてもらえるかな？私の索敵能力、みんなの役に立てればいいのに。指揮官、今度は SG を姉妹たちに貸してもいい？お願い助けて。もう敵にこだわらないで。これだけに頼ってもダメ。あ、指揮官お帰りなさい。ごめんなさい。少し考え事をしていて。新しいメールね。よそとの付き合いも大事ね。大丈夫よ、ヘレナ。きっと次があるから。未来のことを不安がるより、まずは今。悔いのないように毎日を過ごすべきだと思う。 兵装の強化ばかりに気を取られていてはダメ。私もこの兵装をうまく使えるように強くならなきゃ。みんな無事帰還したよね。でも後半に部品が増えている。なんだろう。私の火力。このレーダーと同じぐらい強力だったらいいんだけど。私は平気よ。ただ、ぼんやりしてしまって。この力、みんなを守るために使うわ。セントルイス級のヘレナよ。変なところに来ちゃったけど、レディはいつでも落ち着いているべきだってセントルイス姉さんが言ってたの。指揮官も悪い人じゃなさそうだし、ここでしばらくお世話になるね。いつもセントルイス姉さんが髪型を作ってくれたり、お化粧を手伝ってくれたりしたけど、今は指揮官も手伝ってくれてるよね。指揮官、ありがとうございます。時間を守らない子は嫌われちゃうってセントルイス姉さんが言ってたよ。いつかセントルイス姉さんのように綺麗になれればいいな。セントルイス姉さん、なんかお人形さんみたいにいろんな服を着せ替えてくれてるよね。でも衣装はみんな可愛いし、別に嫌いじゃないかも。
At level 125 with max affinity and strengthening, Helena has 3,688 HP, 174 firepower, 323 AA, 188 reload, 106 evasion, light armor, 32 speed, 180 accuracy, 33 luck, 111 anti-sub, and consumes 10 oil. Lena, when at level 125 with max affinity and strengthening, has 3,321 HP, 169 firepower, 323 AA, 188 reload, 107 evasion, light armor, 32 speed, 177 accuracy, 33 luck, 109 anti-sub, and consumes 10 oil. Base Helena has 1 skill and an AoA, while Lena has 2 skills and an AoA. Helena's first skill, at level 10, Radar Scan, every 20 seconds has a 60% chance to apply a debuff to all on-screen enemies, increasing the damage they take by 40% for 10 seconds. Lena's first skill, at level 10, Youthful Light, every 20 seconds there's a 60% chance to reduce the firepower, torpedo, and aviation of enemy ships by 12% for 10 seconds. Lena's second skill, at level 10, Girls as a Support, when firing her AA guns, there's a 30% chance to buff her own AA by 25% for 5 seconds. Once per battle, if she's sortied with Lil Sandy or Cleavelad, and Lil Sandy or Clevelad's HP falls below 40%, increase Lena's firepower and accuracy by 25% for 15 seconds. Their AoAs look like this, being procced every 10 times they fire their main guns. It's alright except for the end. The recommended equipment for both Helena, Base and Retrofit, and Lena are the same as their Brooklyn-class sisters. The prototype quad 152mm for the highest DPS CL gun, the twin 100mm Type 98 Kai for the best general use DD gun, the twin 57mm L60 for the best general use AA, the repair toolkit and high performance steering gear for greatly increased survivability and healing, and the crossbow for increased firepower and AA. To fully retrofit Helena, you will need Helena at level 90, 1 dupe of Helena or a purple bullet, 13 T1 cruiser BPs, 13 T2 cruiser BPs, and 10 T3 cruiser BPs, 20 T3 AA plates and 50 T3 aux plates, and 21.8 thousand coins. After being modernized, Helena's rarity goes from elite to super rare. In a retrofit art drawn by Realm BW, Helena wears a white and navy blue dress with diamond-shaped holes on the side, metal bust supports, gold buttons, and an underboob window, red accents and USN on it, armor with an anchor on her hips, navy blue thigh highs with a white stripe, armored cuffs at the top, and a black garter belt that's holding up her thigh highs and is attached to her panties. Upgraded high heel armored shoes, black and blue arm gloves with armor at the top, a gray, white, and red headset attached to her neck, and 2 white hairpins. Her rigging is pretty much an upgraded form of her base rigging. The armature holding the rigging is still attached to her lower back, but this time has 2 hulls flanking her left and right, both sides having 2 triple-barrel naval cannons on them, while one hangs off a separate arm and points down, and another has a double-barrel naval cannon. Holographic screens appear at her fingertips, and blue waves dance around her. When fully retrofitted at max affinity and strengthening, Helena's stats rise to 3,928 HP, 184 firepower, 413 AA, 193 reload, and 195 accuracy. There is no change in the evasion, armor, speed, luck, anti-sub, or oil consume stats. Helena has her first skill upgraded, as well as gaining a new skill from her retrofit. Radar Scan turns into Radar Scan Plus, which, at level 10, every 20 seconds, has a 60% chance to apply a debuff to all on-screen enemies, increasing the damage they take by 40% for 10 seconds. When Helena has an SG radar equipped, her evasion is raised by 10%, and this skill attempts to activate 16 seconds after the beginning of combat instead of the usual 20 seconds. The second skill she gains from her retrofit, the Wonder of Kula Gulf, at level 10, decreases the damage Helena takes from torpedoes, ironic, by 15%. At the start of battle, if there is 3 ships afloat in the Vanguard fleet, and if there's an Eagle Union ship in the backmost position, which isn't Helena, increase the backmost ship's evasion by 12%. Starting with the pros and cons of Lena, overall she's not a terrible light cruiser. Decent stats, +1 main gun from limit breaking, her skills aren't half bad either, with her S1 basically being a variant of her normal self's S1 with a decent enemy debuff for multiple stats, and her S2 buffing her own AA or her own firepower and accuracy, if Sandy and Cleveland are in the fleet. But, as always, there's better options out there, like normal Helena retrofit and Helena meta. Her S1 isn't guaranteed to proc and has 10 seconds of downtime for a measly 12% debuff towards enemies. The same goes for her S2, where it's only a 30% chance to proc, with the second part of her skill relying on having 1 to 2 other mediocre light cruisers in the Vanguard fleet and that their HP is below 40%. I wouldn't really recommend building or using her. Helena, on the other hand, especially her retrofit, is really good, especially against bosses. Her stats are great, and she starts with 2 main guns instead of the usual one, with another one being added during limit breaking. Her retrofit S1 and base S1 massively debuff enemies so they take more damage, with the retrofit version increasing her own evasion and procs the debuff 4 seconds earlier. Her S2 reduces torpedo damage taken and buffs the evasion of the off-tank. However, of note is the proc chance of her S1, both base and retrofit, having a 3 in 5 chance to proc, as well as having a downtime of 10 seconds. It's also recommended against having Helena Retro equipped with an SG radar, as it desyncs the barrage timing from the main fleet on debuffed enemies, unless they have triple barrel guns and the fire control radar equipped. Her S2 also only buffs the off-tank, backmost ship, if all 3 Vanguard ships are alive, and if that off-tank is an Eagle Union ship. There's also the issue regarding the acquisition of Helena, where you either need to get lucky with the requisition gacha, buy her from the guild shop, or grind for her in stages. I'd personally give a medium-high recommendation for raising and retrofitting Helena, and would recommend having her in the middle slot of the Vanguard fleet, as well as not giving her the SG radar. Thank you for watching. Please follow my Twitter for updates, I also stream, and please check out my other Arknights and Azur Lane videos as well.